Okay, we're live. I just had to reassess my internet connection, reestablish my internet connection because my computer decided to forget it. So we're live here at a sunny morning here in Uvita, Costa Rica from Don Roger Restaurante Don Roger. And it's a beautiful day. The waves are really kicking out there. And I missed live last week partially because I've got a little shoulder injury that's kind of been slowing me down a little bit, but also because it was the Independence Day celebration, and I was running around shooting some video of that. You can see one of the videos I've got uploaded. So as I get myself, I got to get my iPad ready and things. I'm going to throw it over to the view, which is the reason we all came here, right? Is the view. Let's check it out. Greetings, all the way from Ireland. That's awesome. Okay. ¿Puede tener un típico con huevo frito medio en café negro, por favor? Gracias. I need to turn my volume down on my iPad. I use my iPad to monitor like the comments and things, so I always have to turn the volume down on that. Oh, gracias. My coffee has arrived, and Don Roger the Rooster is letting me know it's time to have breakfast. Try not to spill my coffee on my laptop. That would not be good. Yeah, so it was weird missing out on the live last week. It just becomes such a part of my routine. I can leave my house at 7 a.m. and be here in plenty of time to start to be up and running by 7:15. But today, for some reason, as computers often do, my computer decided to forget the Wi-Fi password and not connect me like it usually does. So that's why I'm generally habitually early to things. I always worry about things like that, but it's pretty tranquilo. Buenos dias, Pete. It's a beautiful day in Costa Rica. What's the weather like in Ireland? I love when we have an international audience from all over the place. We don't have any Canadians here yet, and the Canadians have been dominating the attendance here. The Canadians are in full force. Of course, I've got my friend Don who lives just down the road from me, and he's usually either here or in the chat. So I've been working on a video. There's a series of waterfalls within walking distance of my house, and I recently discovered there was another really cool waterfall beyond the waterfall that I normally went to, and I did some with the 360 video last week, and I was going to go back and do a more thorough video with my GoPro, and we've had a bit of rain, so getting across the river is a little difficult. There's 2 crossings I need to cross to get to where I need to get without having to go through the jungle, which would not be an option really. So I got through the first crossing. Okay, it was a little tricky because the rocks are slippery and the current's really strong. And I got to the second. I got to where the waterfall is, and in that spot there's a series of small falls, and it's a great place to go swimming. It's really popular, and in its own right, it's a nice little waterfall area. But I wanted to get across the river where I usually cross. I couldn't get across there because it was too high and too fast. I mean, I was only a few steps away from getting to the other side, but I'd have to step into the really fast current, and there's a waterfall right below. And it's not like a giant waterfall. It's just one of those things you don't want to go tumbling down. So I decided I'm just going to let the water go down a little bit. Maybe I'll check it out today to see what it's like. Yeah, James, the volcano area is definitely on my list of things to do. I've just been, for some reason, caught up in this area and haven't got out. I need to get to the Caribbean side. I need to get to some of the popular areas that when people first come here, they want to go to. I've really thoroughly explored this area, but there's still so much more to explore. And I didn't do a whale watching tour until a couple weeks ago. I've been here a year and 4 months. But I definitely plan on doing more of the typical things that people come to Costa Rica to see. Of course, the whale tail is always high on the list for anybody coming here. But that's kind of the good thing about Costa Rica is it's really not that huge of a drive to get to some of these really cool places. Well, that's pretty amazing. That'd be quite a drive. I don't know if I would want to put my car through that. There's so many microclimates here in Costa Rica. Even just where I live, if I go up in altitude, there's microclimates. So I can't imagine just traveling up north where the volcanoes are, and all the different microclimates and just the different geography or topography or whatever we call that. At least it's paved, so that's a good thing. I definitely need to get out and do another whale watching tour. The day I went out, it was really rough, and we didn't get to go and see one of the sea caves that I wanted to check out, which I've seen from the shore, but I wanted to check it out from the boat. So I've ordered the Tico this morning again, one of my favorites. It's yellow pinto with eggs and some cheese. And sometimes plantains and sometimes fruit. I mean, between volcano to volcano, there's a lot of driving. I'm a complete newbie on that. I just know it's beautiful up there. What's this basket? I'm a complete newbie to that area out there. So I look forward to that exploration. And there's my beautiful, beautiful breakfast. So we've got my huevos, we've got cheese, we've got my yellow pinto with a very beautiful garnish. See, I'm not holding it right. I don't want to drop my beautiful breakfast. It's hard to see because the exposure is getting washed out by the background there. Let me see. I'll put this down just enough so we can see that. The plate's really heavy, so I can't hold it too long. Okay. Yep, the old typical Tico breakfast. Good morning, my voice. How are things in Bermuda? Oh no, I didn't know there was a hurricane headed there. I don't pay attention to the news too much these days. When's that supposed to hit? Monte Verde. I don't know. I may end up just watching that or looking at that from below. I don't know if I want to make that drive up there or not. Well, stay safe. That sounds like a nerve-wracking thing to have to prepare for. I know you guys have been nailed with some nasty hurricanes in the past. We just got through celebrating Independence Day here. There's quite a bit going on. Looks like everybody needs to batten down the hatches. It's like Mother Nature's in a feisty mood. We've had a lot of rain lately. I'm not even sure what tropical, I forgot what we call them, the tropical event we're in. I think it's 30 something. I mean, they're not nothing like a hurricane or anything, but just a lot of heavy rain. Oh, I've got an unofficial rain gauge, which is I've got a leak in my car. I've never had a car that had a leak in it before, but of all places to have a leak where rain gets into a car, Costa Rica is not a good place. But in the back of my car, there's a little indentation where I keep my emergency kit, and it's like a little compartment under the floor of the and the hatch. It's just a little compartment. But when it rains, that gets not filled up with water, but there's standing water in there, and I've got a turkey baster, and I got to go out and suck the water out. I've had the mechanic look at it a few times, and we're not exactly sure how it's coming in. I have a feeling it might be something to do with a roof rack, but he wanted to rip all the carpet out so we can see where it's coming in. But it's just one of those weird things that I deal with here. Okay, my boys, have a great day, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the little glimpse of Costa Rica. And that was actually kind of one of my inspirations for doing a live in the morning. Was my friend Sarah used to do a live, and it would be nothing special, but she'd have the camera listening to the birds, and it was just cool just to be able to kind of be in Costa Rica for that moment. But you kind of take it for granted that it's all here. So I'm still trying to wait for the river to go down so I can finish the video on the little hidden waterfall that I've been talking about. We mean Sarah Elena, right? I'm not sure if we're talking about the same person. Yeah, I'm talking about Sarah Elena. She's got a relocation service in. She's in hospital right now. And she used to live here in Uvita. She was in Dominican, but she actually assisted me in my move here. She helped me with the logistics and figure out where I was going to stay. I'm actually still staying in a place that she and her employee Augustina set me up with. Yeah, Sarah's doing she does the expat retreats, where it's kind of it's almost like a convention, because she has speakers that talk about anything that you could think about when you're moving to Costa Rica. Insurance, residency, lawyers. Yeah, I actually met with Sarah I think a couple weeks ago in Dominican. We just had a little get together. Excuse me. You could drink some coffee. And she was asking me about availability of apartments in my area, because I know a few different landlords. And she had a client that was looking. Yeah, the retreat looks like a fun thing, because it's a learning thing, and also they do vacation kind of stuff. They do a lot of the touristy things too. One of the things I like about Sarah is that she's got a lot of connections as far as if you're going to be moving to Costa Rica or even traveling to Costa Rica. She knows a lot of people that may be of service to you. Anything from shuttle drivers to lawyers to just finding a rental. I think they started a directory of rentals. There were at one point. I haven't been keeping up with it, but yeah, she is definitely a busy girl. So we're not we're not at absolutely low tide right now. It's kind of low, close to being low. Actually, I can look up the low tide here. So my favorite website for finding high tide, low tide is Magic Seaweed, and the surfers use that. So low tide today is at 6 a.m. and again at 6:27 p.m. here in Uvita. So we're like an hour and 45 minutes away from the ultimate low tide. So we're pretty close to low tide there. So you get a good view of the whale tail. All right, James, you have a good one. You know what? That was kind of my original plan. Like, where am I going to live in Costa Rica? And the fact that I haven't traveled around enough makes it hard for me to even think about that. But I have I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I get attached to areas. And what do they call that? Your attachment style. So I'm kind of really attached to this whole area of Uvita, and I, it's definitely a thing I should be thinking about because I need to figure out what place would be actually best for me for long term. So I guess the first step is visiting other places, and I keep talking about it, but I have not done it. Buenos dias, Senor Don. It's about time you got up there. We wondered where our Canadian representation was here. We've only got our partial Canadian representation. You can hear the old Jake brake on a truck going down the hill here on Route 34. Route 34. Yeah, I missed last week, and when I came in today, they the Wi-Fi wouldn't connect automatically. Kind of thrown for a loop because I had to get the password again. Because I can leave my house at 7, and usually I can be up and running here by 10 minutes after 7. But I can drive from my house at 7 and be up and running here at 7:10. But there's a little technical difficulty. The thing is, I like it all. I like the beach. I like the mountains. I've, I've been to the Central Valley areas, and it's beautiful. That probably wouldn't be my choice unless it was really cheap. Because that's always a consideration for me, is places to live that are cheap. Because Uvita is not cheap. Uvita is an expensive place to live, and there's such a huge influx of gringos here in Uvita. But one thing I like about Costa Rica is the distance really isn't far. If you're in the mountains, a lot of times you're a close drive to the beach. So although it's probably a steep drive, like the drive from San Isidro down to Dominical, it's not a long way to go, but it's a long, windy road, and it's dangerous. There's all kinds of accidents all the time, and it's tough on your brakes. And sometimes you get stuck behind a slow-moving vehicle, and it triples your time at least. But usually twice a week, there's a major accident that slows your travel through there. Whether it's a truck that just went off the road, or sometimes there's serious accidents. But I'll have to put that on the list. There's so many of these places that I've heard of, but never visited. Like up north, I've been to Jaco, and I've been to Punta Arenas beach area, and of course I've been to Capos, but I still haven't been to Manuel Antonio Park yet, which is ridiculous. I need to get there. I've been to Manuel Antonio Park area, and I stayed there for a night, but I just went to the beach. I went up I wanted to see Benjamin and the Howlers they were playing up there. And Benjamin and the Howlers, they do the song called "Sell Your Stuff and Move to Costa Rica." And Ben's a real cool guy, and I've got to get out and see them again. We got to do a video on Benjamin and the Howlers. There's some really cool lakes up by the volcano area that would be really fun to paddleboard on. It's kind of tough around here because the surf is rough to get through to get out paddling. And then if you paddle in the mangroves, it's a little creepy because between the snakes and crocs, if you're not used to that thing, which I'm not, those things, which I'm not, it's kind of tough. I'm used to a small river back in upstate New York. I definitely think I'm ready for a road trip. I think it's one of those things where I'm just going to have to one day just decide, well, I guess I'm going to go on a road trip and just go. Because you put these things off, even like visiting local things. I'm like, well, I can do that anytime. And, time is not unlimited. And we forget that sometimes. Yeah, Samara keeps coming up in conversation. I think that needs to be a place I visit soon. And I don't think it's that far from Uvita. I mean, it is far, but not like driving cross country for the in the United States. That's the good thing about Costa Rica. If you've ever driven across the United States, it's like 3 day drive to get across, and here in Costa Rica, you can get most anywhere in a day if you wanted to. I mean, less than a day, but I mean comfortably in a day. And I still haven't visited the Caribbean. And some people think it's fine, and other people say it's muy peligroso, muy dangerous, very dangerous. Like a lot of Costa Ricans say, oh, they would never go there. But other Costa Ricans say, oh, that's great over there. So it depends who you talk to. Well, it sounds like you've been around quite a bit, Pete. You've seen a lot of the sites. I just know it's really beautiful. You've seen the photos of the Caribbean side. There's so many things I would love to do drone video of, because it seems like there's a lot of really interesting rock formations around the ocean. like almost like statue type rock formations with windows and like kind of like pillars and things like that, which is always fun for drone video. So how far is Tres Rio from the actual like San Jose airport? How long does it take you to get to the airport from there? Because San Jose is like I like to be as far away from San Jose as possible, just because I just don't like it there. I'm not a city person anyway, but the traffic drives me crazy. Yeah. So you probably like do a wide swath around San Jose just to avoid it. I remember when I was looking for a car here, I had a rental car, and I was going to a bunch of different car dealers in San Jose, and I would be getting on and off the interstate there, and it was too crazy. And they do in San Jose, the on ramps, they don't give you much time to merge. It's like, okay, here's the ramp, merge now. I had a few close calls there. But we all know in Uvita we've got that intersection that it's our version of rush hour. I mean, our traffic, that's the only place you really have to get frustrated. And there's so many accidents there. And eventually there will be a red light there, which is, they need it there, but it's kind of nice living someplace where there is no red light in town. But that is such a dangerous place, it needs one. Because when you pull out from my street and you're going to make a left turn, there's always taxis pulled up there and you can't see what's coming. Then you've got these wild card drivers coming from the restaurants across the street, motorcycle swinging in, and some tourist that isn't even paying attention, just blindly wandering across the road. Yeah, You see a boat out there right towards the middle of the whale tail. And I'm not really sure if they're a fishing boat. It must be a fishing boat. But 2 weeks ago, when Don was here, Don Morrow, who's commenting in the comments down there, we were looking out in the distance and we were seeing whales jumping off in the distance, which is kind of a cool thing. It's nice when you can whale watch from land. It would be interesting to do a live, and I could attach my Nikon and like a 500 millimeter lens just to see what's going on out there. So, Senior Don, what's going on at the Whaletail Brewery today? Anything special? It's only Thursday, but I know they get things going early there. My friend Daniel, who has a coffee plantation, he invited me to come over to San Isidro to a mall because he was invited to I forgot what they call it. It's a coffee, kind of like a coffee growers convention type thing. But I was really surprised when I got there because I just thought it was going to be just like a farmer's market type thing in the mall. But it was basically like a coffee grower convention because you had all like services for coffee makers, like people that made custom sacks to put coffee beans in, and financial different like banking services and things that a business might use. But it was really cool. There was a concert there. There was a band came through, a marching band, not like a marching band that you might be used to, but they came through playing traditional Costa Rican music, and they did a coffee tasting thing, which was really, really cool. I had no idea that that's how they went about it. I'm probably going to make a really short video on that because when I went there, I wasn't expecting it to be as cool as it was. So I just had my iPhone and I got a few things. But when they taste coffee, it's really cool. They call them barista, and it's not like a Starbucks barista. It's like, I think a Starbucks barista is kind of they're kind of wannabe like a real barista. A barista traditionally is somebody that is a coffee connoisseur and can can taste the little subtleties in coffee. So I'll probably put that together this week, hopefully, and just have that up there. Well, Don, your last title was transit operator. Now you can call yourself a concierge de servicio. I'm trying to speak Spanish and I can't. So in English, you'd be a logistical concierge for the Whaletail Brewery. Or a consultant. I like the title of consultant because you can be doing so many different things. I actually consider myself a consultant to some extent. Concierge de bar. Concierge de bar / restaurante. Because the Whaletail really, I mean, it's selling the Whaletail short if you just call it a bar because they do have such good food there, as you well know. And I really, really like the pizza. But then again, I like pizza. So the channel has had quite a spike in viewership lately. But along with that, I've been getting idiotic comments from people, like new people that have never commented before, saying really stupid stuff. And I have no problem just deleting the nonsense. But it goes with the territory because YouTube comments are notorious for really bad behavior. But I just nip it in the bud because I have no patience for drama. I like to consider my life as a drama-free zone as much as possible. It's not always possible, but I try to keep that. At least I have control over it on the YouTube channel. If any kind of drama, I don't want to deal with it. But fortunately, 99% of the people that post here are cool, and everybody's kind of on the same page. We're all tranquilo, and we love Costa Rica, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to have fun. No politics, no controversies. Oh, they've got a new pizza oven. Well, Don, there's always beautiful women surrounding you wherever you go. They know where to find you. Oh, new pizza oven would be something to check out. Although this is something I say quite a bit. I'm trying to cut down on my pizza. There's a nice little breeze that blows here in the morning. That's something where I live I don't get. Like up in the mountains, you get a little bit of a breeze, and along the beach, you get a little bit of a breeze. But where I am, I'm kind of like, close to town, lots of jungle around, so not a lot of breeze usually, unless there's a storm. And I think I want to do a video on just some of all the different construction that's going on here in Uvita. Everywhere you look, there's a new building going up. Like I went a couple of weeks without riding my bicycle, and I went out for a ride the other day, and it was like, okay, this building wasn't here last time I rode through. Hola, Costa Rica Chronicles, and todo bien, todo tranquilo. ¿Y tú? ¿Usted? ¿Cómo está? And Costa Rica Chronicles and her family went on a zip line tour. I saw the video. It looks like they had a great time, and they survived it, which is always a good thing. Is Buford all recovered from whatever he ate? Buford is their dog, and he got into something. Nobody was sure if he got into a toad or got into some bug or something bit him. But he had to go to the doggy doctor and get taken care of, because in Costa Rica there's a lot of different things that you have to be careful of with your pet. Well, that's good to hear. We still need to put the doggy cam on Buford at the beach one of these days. You know, it's funny being moderately YouTube famous in a small town. I'll, it happens to me quite often that I'll run into somebody that'll give me that look, and I'll immediately know that they recognize me, and I'm like, okay, did I meet this person in real life, or did they just see me on the channel? And this one woman, I was going into the BM, very nice woman, and she looked at me and she says, "Hi, Ed." I'm like, and she looked familiar. I've seen her around, but I said, "Hi." I said, "Hi." And she goes, I go, "Do I know you?" And she said, "Your Costa Rica story." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And I just laughed, and she laughed. But it's interesting because it's a good conversation starter when you meet somebody. So it's interesting. But Buford would steal the scene, steal the show. The Buford cam with that low camera angle of his. Quite a few vultures out there today. There's some little shrubs in front here that I thought they were just like little kind of aloe plants, but they're actually pineapple plants. I don't know if you can see up. So those plants right to the top of the screen are pineapples. And if I had an actual real camera instead of the laptop camera, you could see that. So back to the view. So I was mentioning before that the channel is growing faster at a faster rate than it has in a while, and along with that, I had a few like nastier type people that I've had to delete comments, and I don't have no idea why you want to say something negative in any of the videos, but there's just really idiotic things, and you get the standard amount of spam. And I've also been getting, I'll do a video and I'll spend a long time and work real hard on a video, and it's great when you put it out there and you hear what people's reactions are. But every once in a while, you know, I'll get one of these. I don't get a lot of thumbs down, but sometimes I'll get like a thumbs down on a video I just put out, and I'm like, why this automatic thumbs down? But you can't really take it personally. But at first you're like, you know, what's up with that? What's up with the thumbs down? So if everybody can boop the thumbs up for this video, I'd appreciate that, because that helps me out with the algorithm. And the algorithm doesn't particularly like me. I don't seem to get, my videos don't get pushed out to a lot of people. I look at my statistics, and my videos get watched a long time consistently, and that's good. But YouTube just does not show my videos to a lot of people. I kind of feel like YouTube has its favorites, and I'm not one of them. I guess everybody probably feels that way. Like even one of the biggest Costa Rica, probably the biggest Costa Rica YouTube channel, the guy's always saying, "Yeah, YouTube stuff, man, YouTube stuff." And he's got thousands and thousands of followers. So I haven't even hit the like button. So I'm going to hit the like button now. So now I've got 3 likes on this. So. Oh, gracias. So I definitely want to do. I've been saying this for quite a few weeks. An impromptu live later in the day, maybe even the afternoon, and also maybe starting a breakfast live later. But I don't. It's like that's even late for me. 7:15 a.m. for me is kind of late in the day. Breakfast, not really, but by the time you get doing a live, by the time you get through, it's it's already almost 8:30. And 8:30 in Costa Rica is pretty late in the day. Because it's so warm here, people get out early and get their stuff done before it gets hot. Yeah, I walked out to the waterfall yesterday. It was really, really hot. It's such a huge difference from a cloudy day to a sunny day. Nope, no monos today, no monkeys. We've got a lot of buzzards. So I might be uploading a really short video about showing the river I was crossing and how I decided not to cross it. Because I was trying to get to there's a hidden falls on the other side of the river. And because of all the rain, it's a little bit high. And I just made a real quick short video that's YouTube has what they call YouTube Shorts, which is kind of like YouTube trying to get in on Instagram and TikTok formatted videos. So they're less than 60 seconds and they're vertical. So I may be uploading one of those of my attempt to cross the river that failed. So look for that later today. Okay, I guess I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thanks everybody that joined, and see where we're at here. It's always hard for me to get off of here because I can't see all the buttons. Make sure you like it if you liked it. That makes a difference with the algorithm. All right. Thanks everybody for having breakfast with me, so I don't have to eat alone. All right. Hasta luego.